when it comes to pulling, it's how quickly, isn't it? You know, have you anything to say on that, Pat? Do please say, I'd love to hear, and we all would.
But, I don't know, I should cover right now this morning, I'm not sure. Like,
it doesn't matter, Pat, I love your view. We're on ground hurling, and you know, we're on lifting now. Anything about that, because it's all very relevant.
But I say, first of all, about when you're dealing with young fellas, it's very important, first of all, to get started with the hurling number one. It's very important to get a good hurling. Most young fellas say, well, the hurleys are too big or too small, you know?
Yeah.
And the hurleys are vital important. It's like a golfer or tennis player, you have to have the right equipment, you know? So it's vital that the hurley the right size for them and the right weight as well. Because some young fellas there, the hurley is about 3 times too heavy for them, you know? So I would emphasise to get the right hurleys, very important. And if possible, I know it's not easy to say to try and get 2 hurleys if possible going to a match in case you break one, because you'll be further in a big old heavy outboard maybe. It's impossible if the hurling was, you know? They were saying there about the rising. I think you should emphasise to the young fellas, like when they do rise the ball, have it into hand straight away, not be kind of hop it, you know. Some fellas kind of rise the ball, okay, and then hop it then, and if fella's chasing them, he can very easily dispossess him. So I think it's important to emphasise when you drop the ball into hand straight away, and when you have the ball in hand, then you're in control, and you can dictate then what's coming next. You mentioned there the grip, you know, again, I think some young fellas like playing golf or I suppose or whatever baseball, they have this grip, you know. It's the right grip for golf, but for hurling, their strong hand should be in top, because there are times in the match when you have to use one hand to hook or maybe to rise the ball, you know. And it's no good having your weak hand on top, you know. The right hand should be on top for that reason, because you have to hook that way, you know. And you might have to flick a ball, sometimes if you're caught or someone's holding, you just get one hand, you know. So the strong hand on top at all times. The grip, the rise. Also, lads, blocking and hooking, I suppose it's another.
Yeah, we do it leading, but take one, Pat, you talk away now.
Yeah. But you know, you get young fellas, they go to block down, you know, and they might have the hands down there, they get bang into the hand, or they go down the block and they look away or something, you know. Or they put down the hurley and they think that's snapping. But the hurley should be in front of their face at all times, go down, like, you know, keep your eyes on the ball as well, you know. And the hurley in front of your face to protect themselves. Likewise going in for the block, you know, you can block different ways, you know. And you see a pile of injuries in hurling as a result of fellas not knowing how to go into a tackle, you know. I mean, to keep your eye on the ball and just looks like you're sure. Just go for the swing side block, you know. Yeah. You're dead safe that way, you're dead safe, rather than doing that, like, you know, you get bang or something looks away or something, you know. To keep your hands close together, and you're dead safe then. Or you can block, you can jump in that way with the hurley, you know. And I think how to go into a tackle and how to protect yourself is vital, especially for young lads learning the game. It's very important to teach them how to protect themselves as well. I mean, a hurley like a sword to a certain extent, you can avoid an awful lot of injuries, but with a hurling, I mean, I'd say we had a lot more injuries in football than you would in hurling if you had knew how to go in properly, you know. Rising, you're talking about the javelin.
Yes, yeah. Whether to do it with one hand or two, I never did that actually. I went out into regions and seniors about that, in the sense that quite a few are actually an adult for you. Think about this, adults, that there's a lot to be said for using one hand lifting, especially when the pitches firm up and are smooth. For just this reason, I think that, you know, let's put it now without fixing it. Let it be in there. Again, the critical thing is that you keep the hurley low. Now, if you don't do that, you have no hope. But let's say I missed it. Look, let's say I missed it. I can still kick it on, you know. Now, that's important to remember. That's one reason. The other reason is that if you do lift it, you can take it away with you. If you're a farmer going in towards the goal and spare your catch, you know. Though I'd be very anxious there wouldn't be too much solar running, you know. I think it can be a killer for young lads. They love doing it, and as I said, the big bully will do it if he gets away with it. Unless you show them again something that Pat could show you now, and that is how to dispossess me if I'm soloing without fouling me. Now, if Pat chops down, I'm gone. Right, Pat, here we go. That's okay. Again, it was artificial. I was going too slowly. I wasn't the speed that like the Rockies are used to me. We'll try it again. But if you saw what he was trying to do, then you flick it away, right? A referee might, you know, say something that time.
For chopping, yeah.
We'll do it again. But Pat was sure the wrong way too. It's very artificial, but even so. But this time, Pat. Sorry, Pat. See again. That kind of. I wasn't going fast, no. But if I were carrying it, Pat only needs to come across. Look, and again, look, that's one-handed. One-handed. And by the way, talking about the second hurley, Pat remember this game when Mick Butler, the free taker for Wexford, broke his hurley. He looked out to the sideline, waved a bit of a hurley, and the throw made a completely new hurley out of the bunch. And he looked out again, must have said, "Gee, have you anything better?" And the ball came in late in that game, and I'd love to think it had happened to him. Mick pulled anyway, and it went wide, and I'd love to think, and I hope I'm right, that it's because he used a completely new, untried hurley when he should have had at least 3, not 2 even, but 3 of his own. How many had you, Pat? Inter-county. There you are, he had 3. You know, because when you're a good hurley breaks, you say, "Oh my gosh, your heart is broken a bit too, isn't it?" But as if the other one is just as good. Or as Donny Neal said to me, he'd have an old season thing for the first 5 minutes when the pulling would be on. And then he'd go out and he'd get a nicer one when the pulling would subside. And he'd have 3 more after that, you know. But now lads, how's the time? I don't want to be wasting it. Catching. If you watch Pat catches, and I shouldn't have you against his own Pat, that ain't fair, all right. But catching again, lads, this is true now. Remember the pulling skills this morning on the ground. But if you're doing that, you should be moving to the ball. Moving to the ball. Look, that's moving to the ball. You always be moving. What about the puck out? Always get where you're back behind and are moving to the ball, you know. Always try and be moving to the ball. But even here now, Pat will try and get in under this and catch it. So watch how he puts his hands, watch the position of his fingers in his hands. And again, it was mostly, if you could see it now, and you'll try it yourself, it's mostly the butt ends of the fingers. It isn't the palm so much. And it's cupped, and the fingers are pointing upwards and even slightly back, so that he won't push his hands into it, you know? See? And again, you know, lads, I honestly think that you should get young lads to practice getting the hurley up to protect their fingers, you know? And again, it's like everything else in hurling. If you start the right way, you'll be glad of it someday when you want to, if you're a forward wanting to get possession and score, you'll be glad of the protection that means that you won't run the risk of losing a finger or two, you know? Of course, if you're playing with a good team, they scout and say, "Catch it, Pat. You're okay," or, you know, your teammates are meaning an awful lot to you. That's a team thing. We'll come to that another time now. But lads, you're getting cold now, and we come on to the striking. I want to chat about that too. Striking a ball is one of the hardest things for those who didn't do it. Because there's the throw up first of all. I won't tell you too long, you're getting cold, but I must tell you about it. If you're with kids who have never struck the ball properly, now I know, would that be possible to it? Now it could be. It's very important, I think, that they get the throw first of all. Lob it up. I hate saying throw, you know, but about head high, you know, look, that's it. So what you'll do, look, do that first of all. Up, catch it again. Up, catch it. Watch that. Up, catch it again. Next one. Up, catch it, let it fall. But get them into one step at a time. Up, like, see? And keep that up. Keep it up so that you won't bring it up from there too long, you know? And the next thing is, again, up, practice that. And don't forget to out of the hand first of all. If it's too near, you can't hit, isn't that right? You know, so out and lob it up. Then finally you have it. Now you can hit it, you know. And biggest trouble, isn't it, is this thing. You know, they don't wait for it to come down, you know. So you want to be very patient, be nice, because the poor devils would love to hit it. Bloody hell. Because there's only one point of hitting it, isn't there, you know. So, look, let it fall and you can hit it all right. No. Sorry, lady, just thought you were sleeping. But, yeah. Horrible thing to say, isn't it, to ladies? Thank God for it, thank God. Well, I'd love if we did that, and lads, listen to me. I'll do the 2 of them now, and Pat will show you, because he's a great striker, and that's why he got scores. So you can't get him, we were saying, you can't get points if you can't hit the ball. You can get a goal by a fluke. Somebody else's as well as your own, but by God, you won't put over the bar by a fluke. But this is the important thing. Get him, and this is the critical thing. They must throw it up in front of the right foot now this time, because you see, if you hit it back here, lads, it'll be a glancing blow and it'll go off that way. And this is what often happens hitting from the we call it the left, will it? The backhand side, if you're a right-hander. That the hurley look is at that angle, and don't go far. So that's another day's work for you. But the important thing is that you get him practicing throwing it up. Not easy, very artificial, but throwing it up underneath, and then again waiting for it to come down. Sorry about that. But you know, I'd love that we do that now, lads, because I'm afraid you're getting fellas waiting around. But again, you do it the width of the pitch so you can go up and down and watch, see what's happening. And insist, as I said inside and out here, that they do it from both sides. And I will not accept I can't do it. Can't you? Well, we're going to do it together. Oh, but this is the coordination of eye and hand, a hell of a difficult thing. That's the sweetest spot of the hurley, lads, look. There. And this is the real trouble, isn't it? To hit it with that. You'll only get it with practice. And to be patient. Now, once you get that left side going, you'll be very active. Would you say your left side is more active than the right, or which? Or will it matter down?
Both the same.
Yeah.
I suppose like sometimes you can get different strokes, like if you health behind you, you don't normally carry your full.
Well, I'm talking about sheer accuracy now. Would you I suppose you never considered it much now. But I was saying this morning, I firmly believe I could put it into your glasses from there. No, I would. I believe that. I'd be deadly accurate from the left side. But as my right would be more powerful, maybe there's a bigger swing. But for that, there's a shorter travel, and I'd be depending on real accuracy. And also, as I was saying this morning, you won't be hooked easily if you're hitting to your left hand side. And you won't be blocked easily.
What about getting distance to this?
Well, that's quite right. I'd have to agree with you. There wouldn't be the same distance. I'd love to pretend that I could hit it equally well, left or right, or equally badly, depending on the point of view. But I'd have to say, you'd have a wider arc to your swing here. Oh, yeah, a wider arc. And that should be more powerful. This is a shorter one. But you want to... The big thing now, don't forget Liam Fenley. How can we forget him? But Liam Fenley starts about there. But he finishes up near the stars up there. In other words, the follow through, vital, doesn't he? So, and of course the follow through is very important with kids, you know, the follow through. And coming on that too, Pat mentioned tackling. I do a tackling skill every time I go out. Some tackling skill because of the vital one. Protection, as Pat was saying, is so important. Lads, will we go across from one another with God's sunshine beaming down before we ever think of going elsewhere? And we'll do a bit of striking. I'd love to think of really that are critical about that. One of them would be that you would throw it up far enough out from you to hit it. Like, you know, if you throw it up in here, you can't. You just simply can't swing. That's very important. That's why I used to say to one or two of the boys there about Joe McKenna. He threw it out about 5 miles out into space, you know. Oh, and he was, you know, he was moving onto it. It was easy for him. And then, of course, he had a sharp swing from his left side. It was easy enough for him to get away with avoiding the hoop and for blocking too. Oh, it was desperately hard to do that too, you know. Also, when you hit it from your left side, no matter how well you hit, there's always a spin. The spinning ball isn't loved by people who can go, as you probably might discover soon, if not if you already haven't discovered. The other thing is that if the hurley, I think I was saying that, is that angle, you can't really get distance because you'll put backspin on it and it will go up all right, and if you're near enough to go over, but it won't go over, and often it tends to go up to your left. And the third factor would be that you'd hit it in front of your forward foot. That's my striking foot is often called too when we talk about, or the foot that's in front. Because ideally, when you're hitting it, the weight should be on that, you know. And the same as hitting from this side, the weight should be on that. Even in football, as you know, if you're not balanced on that foot, you won't kick it properly, you know. That makes sense. Otherwise, you'll hit, and some lads I know, I could see that, were hitting it from this side, and they were back this way, and they hadn't the hope, you know, because it wouldn't go. And you see, when you think of this, but if all you're doing is that, you're not getting distance. Now, don't forget, it's really hard thing to do. It really is. No, but that's good that you know that, because you'll be saying about you, oh God, he can't even hit it. It's a very hard thing, because there's a great deal of eye-hand coordination, you know, and if you haven't that, and you won't get it by talking about it, you must do it. You must get out and do it. I guarantee you, if you do, you won't regret it. You'll enjoy yourself, and the kids will enjoy it. That's one other thing I didn't do this morning, because it's a difficult one to do, but we'll do it because it's not difficult for me or Pat or people who played a bit, because it's not. We know what to do. But if you didn't know what to do, you couldn't do it easily, and that's doubling on the ball or pulling on the ball to send it in the same direction in which it's traveling. And with that, and maybe if we could walk up and down this, it would be easier. Mason determined we had, and there's plenty of room to do that down here. But with that, lads, the critical thing is to get you, to get your body, to get you in the same line in the same line of flight as the ball itself. What I mean is, if the ball is coming straight down here, and I'm coming in this way or any other way, if I don't get myself in in line with the flight of the ball, I can't really double it. And actually, the doubling skill is really the skill that, of all else, distinguishes a good hurler, I think, and that's the wristy swing, you know. And that's the one, that the little foot thing that we often hear said, you know. It's, the doubling on the ball is really in slow motion. Look up here and down and in very near as ring, you say, in near your toes. Hit him off your toes. But he was right. Meaning that the nearer you are to it. And you see, the great thing about it is this, that if the ball, say, if you're rolling the hell along, now I won't pull or anything, but just to give you an idea, if you're rolling straight along here, if I don't hit it here, I have a chance of hitting it there, there, there. The nearer I am, the better. Because if it's very near like that, I have a marvellous chance of hitting a decent shot. And I could hit it here, I could hit it even here, and to go off that way. That's lovely, because you're opening up the you? I could hit it here, 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 and finally I could even hit it there, you know. But the critical thing is to get, this half thing that you've been trying to do hitting the ball, this little coordination that you, I know I'd hit it. And again, I find it much easier for my left hand. But you, it's a little bit harder because there's more wrist needed here, you know. And what you must tell lads, and we'll do it even here now, Pat will do it for you, because he can do it. And the more you practice it, the easier it becomes, so that you can say again, I can double that ball, unless it's going very fast, I can double any ball you come along. Because I'm going to remember one thing, and it's this. I am not going to go for this big lash. It's nothing like that. It's a small little whippy thing. What do we do, Pat? We go. Pat, and even, Pat, if you wouldn't mind even taking a step towards it and letting it off, you know. Because this time, lads, there's no question of right foot, left foot. It's the wrist now is going to do it. Here we go. Look at that. Now. And it's hard, don't forget the soft of the bumpy. No, sorry, would you hit it up on the ground and pat double, lads? Watch yourself. Are you insured? Yeah, good. Now we are. Well insured. Stop, Pat. On the ground. Now, Pat. Oh, I've got all bloody useless goalie. I knew you was no good. Again, I'd hurl it down to the ground. You hit it now to me. You hit it on the ground again. I'd try and double it. I might be. Oh, gee, she's too good. Oh, she's too good. I hit the pass. I repeat, first of all, Pat is there. Bang! Look at that for a shot. Pull on it, young Kenny. Come on again, young Kenny. Pass it. I'm going to stop this one, lads. Oh, I guarantee I will. My money's done. Hot glass of water, sir. Hot glass. Oh, gee, he doesn't mind. Pat will go after it. He will. I'm going to meet him. I'm going to be moving. He will. Bang. That's all right. Oh, I will. And you can pull back again. That's right, and we'll be moving, and we'll do this. Maybe not now. I'm going to go to meet it again. I'll fight. Oh, I have. And bang goes it again. Now, what John pull? John has done again. This time he's going to score a goal for clock. He thinks. Oh, he's coming in again. Oh, God above. Stop playing. Now, enough of that exhibition stuff.
Do that properly. It's half the battle, you know. In a match, like if a fella's marking you, well, you want to be able to rise the ball all day and do your own thing. You'll have to let the ball go. And if you can do that, you get you out of a lot of trouble in the world. As I said, to improve your eye, coming to the ball, your timing, you have to adjust your feet now and again, your balance. If you can do that and practice that, it should be second nature to hit the ball in hand because this is very easy. Hitting the balls, you've got to judge the hop, the ground, you'll be watching everything. You know, walk and get a bit of a divot and go off course. So if you can practice the ground hurling, it's half the battle, you know. And to improve your striking of the air, and because that's very easy. The ball in the air won't move at all, or a ball that you throw up will move. It's the ball that could go anywhere, you know. So if you're watching it all the time. So if you can do that, it's vitally important. And especially with young lads, it improves our wrists, balance, feet, everything, you know. So again, vitally important, start off with that. It's the most basic of hurling. And in a match, if you can only do that much, you'll be doing a lot. Just get to the ball first and move it in, and your work is done, you know. Like next to worry about them.
Now, do you hear what he said? Now, I know it's true. I know it from years and years. I saw just as even we did a match after we finished our little. Actually, our skill price yesterday was one simple thing, and to strike it on the ground, nothing else. And it lasted 15 minutes, and you'd be surprised, they weren't bored. They were busy and they were improving. I was telling them they were improving, and they were. And then when it came to the match, those who could pull on the ground, they scored everything. I told them they could pick whenever they liked. But I was quick to find out when the fella picked and it wasn't picking quickly enough. You see, if you know a fella's going to pick the ball, if you know it, you have 3 chances of getting the ball off him: before, during, after. During is the little thing Pat and myself were trying to do above there earlier, you know. And it's a flick across like that. And after, you can hook him and you can pressurise him so that you make him put it wide. And as often as I made a fella put it wide without ever touching him, I say, "Good man, Billy, you have him hooked." And Billy might be out there. But the lad couldn't look back in his rear view mirror, which he hadn't got, and see. Now, it's very important that you get a pull in the ground because, as Pat says, if you can only do that skill really well, that now I put stopping, when I say stopping, I mean stopping, lifting even, you know what I mean? Controlling the ball. You'll be halfway there. Of course you must lift, and of course you must strike with your hand. But if anyone always does it, watch him. He won't always have the success he'd like to have, you know, that's all. Now, lads, the catching, we didn't do that, Michael. Will we wait afterwards for the hand pass, all right? And we'll do a little bit of the catching. Would you just practice the catching where the ball, look, the fingers are relaxed, but spread a little bit, and they come in, and the ball is caught here. Now, not down here, really. And so the fingers are catching. Often with maybe 2 or 3 fingers, you could. I have, anyway. Hadn't any more I was able to put on it. I mean, you could. And it's a bit like this, too, that you get under the ball. Like, you know, it isn't, if you go out to a ball and push it, it's easy to miss it, isn't it, forward? So if there's a ball in the air, I'm not a great believer in this now. I don't want to knock it too much, but I've seen matches lost over this, where a goalie was waiting to catch it here, and somebody came in and gave it a flick into the net, or waved the hurley in front of him, or ran across and distracted him, and it all went everywhere, you know. And poor Tommy Quaid in that all-out against Galway long ago, the ball kind of went here. Now, I'm not blaming you, I'm not saying a word, but I think if you get the eye on the ball, and you should be practicing that, I think you're advancing. You see, the great thing is you're coming, and when you have the ball in your hand, you have a great chance of moving left, moving right, but you must keep your eye on it and so on. Would you like to practice that before lunch, lads? Because nearly one now. Just, and I think, lads, because anyone trying to hit now, but you see, lads, if you hold it that way, it's harder to do that. Harder even to keep it. It'll fall down. That's why, look, that's the way, I think. I didn't look up, but I know that's the way. I have protection there, and if it's higher, okay, that is the way, more diagonal than anything else. I would suggest to you that every time that you could even have a drill that you say, 1, you know, or something like that, 2, down again, 1, and watch down and see what the 2. So they have to do quickly, because in the match you must. Because it's a marvellous thing to feel, oh, I hope I won't run short of hands, I think, you know, but there's a high mortality rate amongst fingers all over, isn't there? The other thing I was going to say to you, lads, is very important, is, as a further refinement of that now, Pat should be behind me when you throw the ball. That's against the sun, wouldn't do. But if Pat were behind me, and you threw the ball, that, now, for a while, let me catch it. Go ahead, up over my head, way over my head, okay? And then that Pat should tap down my hurley. What's that? Says you should throw it. Getting our roles mixed up, right? That kind of thing, you know, oh, I knew he was there, look at me, I caught it. Because I knew it. Now, the whole point of this is, that's why I must get much more firm on this, so that I don't give a damn who's behind me. I can catch it. I must try and remember that, Pat. Oh, Pat, I don't give a damn about Black Rock. Not for a while anyway, Pat. You know, but that's very important, you see, that you would get practice at doing anything you'll do in a match. That's the whole point I made this morning. It doesn't matter, Michael, too much about being dead on. No. So I was going to say, maybe we could start talking about the hand pass now, because actually, look, if you're going to use it, why not use it properly? Now, what's said in the notes, I think, is very true. And I want you to say something too, Pat. And I'm a firm believer in swinging from the shoulder. You know, when you're making, if I'm passing to you now, or somebody, yourself, say, who hasn't the ball because you better catch it, that I think you should glance. Now again, take it along look. We have no time for that in a match. But don't forget, if you have the ball, you have 4 steps to make up your mind. And God, if you can't make it up in that, you won't make it up at all. Of course, if you can hit it, do it. But you could be caught. You could be pressurized into making a pass. But the big thing is to glance, and now your attention must go back in the ball. Look, glance back now, and I must shoot that hand. Look, shoot out from the. Now, if I don't do that, I won't get it going the way the ideal pass should be. That was a bit low now, to be honest. The ideal pass should be about that high. But ideal, my foot. And if you can help it, don't make a kind of a soft pass. It takes too long. That's chucked out now for me. Chucked out quickly, you know. Look, out like that. What do you do? Well, you could say, take away the hand. See, by taking away the hand, lads, I have the full tilt of the swing. And it's a quick thing, of course. It must be quick. And my hand went out, you know. And even if you took away the hand, and don't forget, back quickly and out. See? That's fine too. You can go around the corner with them or anything you like. But I think if you want to make the pass quickly, it must be chucked out quickly. And again, it's more or less with the fingers you make them, you know. But keep them together and chuck it out. Be sure and follow out. And again, it's this hand that's not gripping the top that should be in our hand.
First of all, I know there's not big don't agree with the hand pass, but it's in the game,
much either, to be honest, lad.
Yeah.
never do it. You know, I never did with these boys this year. Never. In case this on all do.
Anyway, it's in the game anyway, so I suppose we might try and get the maximum use out of it.
Of course.
But I think it's important too to be able to remember to be able to use both hands when you're hand passing, because if I'm going up and feet out in there and I'm to hand pass the ball, it's very hard to try and hand pass the ball that way, so I should use my right.
This is a harder one, lads. We do have to.
Yeah. Well, I just make the point that if you use that way, you know,
Yes.
your right hand. Whereas if I want to hit the ball that way, I use my left hand. You know, and then as regards hand, I mean, it's basically it's a straightforward action. You just hit it with the palm of your hand.
Yeah.
But the important thing is, if you've got even senior players, I'd be surprised if I got three in the run there up as far as the wire and back. You won't be able to drop the ball or they hit it behind the fellas or too far ahead of him. It's important to hit the ball just ahead of the person running onto it. So about chest high, so he's running onto it. You know, a controlled hand pass rather than the big lash that goes too hard. He'll miss. You know, you can just kind of weigh the ball sort of just slightly ahead of him, so he's moving onto the ball. You know, it's not a very difficult thing. Just requires a small bit of practice, because most people never practice it. Just do it automatically in a match without even thinking about it, you know. So if you just give it a tiny bit of thought to it, it's as simple as just, you know, straightforward action.
We start off by passing stations, you know, like I did there too.